that would be depressed if at the end of the day nothing new had been discovered. Nothing unexpected had happened. There was nothing new for you to wrap your mind around and embrace and experience the meaning of, that was provided by the experience of what was new, rather than being provided by thought processes where you applied definitions to it. Don't be surprised if on an evening in your home you see particles dancing in the air. And when you do see them, be with them and say, tell me what you're about. I would like to know you. Convey to me your meaning. And then don't wait for words. Don't wait for an explanation. Wait for a feeling. Wait for an experience of meaning to register with you. And be so careful that you don't apply your own definitions to it. I've talked endlessly about the fact that everything is idea, even though it looks like wood and plaster and tile, that it's all ideas. They are all ideas arising out of mind, capital M mind, God. And these ideas are perfectly tangible to the mind that formed them, perfectly experienceable. But the fact that they are experienceable doesn't mean they're matter. The energy of the idea is the energy of spirit. It is spirit. And the energy of spirit is love. And love is light. So absolutely every form you see at this moment and call material is illuminated with light, because it's not matter, it's spirit. Love, light. And it is alive, rather, whether it looks inanimate or not. It is moving, and the experience is available to you at this moment. At this moment, the staircase is exactly what it divinely is, more than what you currently think it is, and it is alive. It is living, moving love that is light. And so are the eyeballs that look at the staircase and the body in which the eyeballs are. And the light of your body is the love that you are. And the love that you are is the ultimate that I've been talking about, and it's the presence of God, right here, right now. The only thing is that you're experiencing reality with a lot of intellectual, mental impediments. And I'm encouraging you not to look for radical ideas, but to be radical enough yourself to look with fresh eyes. The experience of reality may not be something you'll ever come to a conclusion about. I mean it in this way. That early on in my experience with Paul, or Paul's experience with me, he realized that if I appeared before him to prove to him that I really exist, and to somehow prove to him who I am, he realized that after the episode or the experience was over, he could very easily decide and fully believe that he experienced a hallucination and still had no proof. And he arrived at a point where he gave up wanting proof because the experience was sufficient. In that way, the experience disclosed to him its meaning, and it didn't have anything to do with intellectual processes, intellectual understandings, or intellectual conclusions. Do you see what I'm saying? So, the experience of everything as the kingdom of heaven is something you're going to have to be willing to be open to, and then just accept the experience of. It's something that you will never become convinced of. Why? Because that which needs to be convinced of things is a sense of self that each one of you has made up for yourself that doesn't actually exist. And so this explains a little more completely the nature of the innocence with which you have to look at things. Your curiosity is going to have to come from a place in you that is willing to experience truth without proof. Literally, the only way you're going to be able to experience truth is by abandoning the definition of yourself that you've made up and being willing to be in the void, in a place empty of perceptions, in a place empty of mental habits, in a place empty of definitions. Now, if you go to that place, if you allow yourself to be that place, your ego thinks you'll disappear. But you won't. It's just called, you know what? It's just called silence. It's just called silence. It's just called peace of mind. And there you are, awareness. And in that state of awareness, of being consciousness, what everything is can register with you. And I'm going to suggest, and it's more than a suggestion, I'm going to suggest that this place of silence and this place of peace is what you are. This conscious experience of being consciousness is what you are. It is what God is. And everything experienced in that peace, in that silence, is creation, as the infinitude of what you are as conscious awareness. But you won't be able to work this over in your mind. You will call it a vision to begin with. You won't call it an experience of reality so much as a vision of what's to come. But it will be a clear vision of what is true. You're likely not to stay with the vision because your habit is to take an experience and apply reasoning and judgment to it and come to a conclusion about it. And the moment you start to do that, you will lose the experience. And then you might be likely to come back minus the immediacy of the direct experience and share with everyone the revelation you had. And you might even start an encampment of your own along the road home and sidetrack a few others. For a while. Do you see how completely open you have to be? I don't mean that you have to be. Do you see how completely open you can be? And do you see how unexpected the truth will be? The kingdom of heaven can register with you out of the corner of your eye if there's a little bit of defenselessness somewhere in you. It can show up anywhere because it is what's in front of you, no matter what definitions you have applied over it. There is no need for this coming week to be anything like what you might have expected. Isn't that wonderful? Because what is going on and what will be going on this week won't be at all what you're expecting, because it's going to be God moving. It's going to be creation, the ultimate unfolding. And you aren't even who you thought you were. You are more than what you think you are. You are the ultimate at this moment. Now back to your question about the orbs. You mentioned that they seem easier to see when there is more moisture. Well, that's an observation, but it isn't the truth. And so don't assume that they won't be there to see when there's less moisture. You see what I'm saying? The experience of being is teeming with life you haven't conceived, with forms of intelligent love that you never imagined. Things yet remaining for you to discover, together with all of the things you've already discovered and misinterpreted. We will take a break. Okay. Hands. Okay, Michael.
Hi, Raj. Well, thank you for calling on me, Raj. First of all, I have two questions, and first I want you to tell me which one to ask. One is about relationship, and the other one is about energy moving through my body. Which one should I ask?
Which one has the most energy to it?
I think the second one about the energy moving through my body, and the reason is because it seems to be more of a burning question at this point in time. So, for some reason, and I don't even know what meridian channel of energy it is moving through my body, but it runs down the inner thighs of both legs. I seem to be overloading that meridian, and it seems to be like burning out, so that it is symptomatic. And it feels like, too much energy moving through a wire where, it is problematical. And so now I know that it's all about my mind and what my mind is doing. Okay, but I wanted to ask the question because I don't want to delude myself, which I naturally or not unnaturally do all the time. But I wanted to find out from you if this is a natural thing, or if it's because as we are in the process of waking up, this we're moving more energy through, or what's going on.
Well, you are correct about movement of energy. The interpretation is incorrect. Nothing is burning out. Nothing is being overloaded and short-circuited. For lack of better words, the pathway is being cleared out, opened up, you see, not burned out. It needs to be embraced and allowed rather than resisted. Do not apply yourself to getting rid of it. That will hurt.
I see. And so I don't need to alter my exercise routine or anything like that. I figured
not in any way, no.
Okay. And exercise does serve, though.
Serve what?
Serve conditioning, feeling better, in the process of moving energy through your body and whatnot. I mean, there's a big industry that's built up around gyms and exercising and yoga and those kinds of things. And I'm wondering, is that all a waste of time, or is it something that's good to do?
It all depends on the motive. The only part of the industry, as you described it, that comes close to being motivated for the right reasons or capable of right motivation is yoga. One doesn't usually end up persisting in the practice of yoga for egotistical reasons, even though one might start out that way. Moving energy through the body might be better described as allowing the natural movement of energy to occur with more grace, because less resistance is being brought to it, because one is having to sense into whatever the meaning is of body. In the proper practice of yoga, it is a matter of awareness, not a matter of body. And the better one is able to engage in yogic practices, the more that one has become free of preoccupation with physics. And the more the practitioner is sensing into meaning where he had seen a physical body in the first place. The body is energy. You don't move energy through energy. You don't manipulate energy. You learn to yield to its natural flow, its natural movement, as it engages in identifying the presence of your individuality perfectly.
When you were here on earth in the body, before you were baptized, did you practice yoga? Did you take up a practice of yoga? And if so, was it helpful for you?
No. No, I did not. I do not mean yes, I did, and it wasn't helpful.
Okay.
Just a moment. Go on.
Oh, that's it. I was just curious. Because in some circles, the question comes up, was Jesus a yogi? And did he practice based on the ancient texts from which yoga is derived?
No, indeed.
Okay. You know, there's always that question about where the hell were you for all those years when you dropped out of sight, and then all of a sudden you come back and you're this enlightened being. And so naturally people start saying, well, he must have been in some mystical, practice that did it for him,
No, I got stuck in a posture. I'm sorry.
I thought maybe you were in Course in Miracles meetings or something. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate you being patient with me. That's another thing, is you're so patient. It's just, when I, as a puny little ego, look around at the world and recognize...
But you see, I wait on God, not on you.
I see. Because, as you know, patience is one
What
of
it
the things.
is that I am not impatient with you. And that is what all of you need to learn to extend to each other. The absence of impatience. You see, impatience is really a practice of control. It is a practice of trying to change another so that their behavior isn't upsetting to you or doesn't cross the boundaries of your comfort zone.
Right, but sometimes, you hear the same, because I'm hanging out now with you for 20 years, And you hear the same question come up again and again and again, oftentimes from the same person. And every once in a while, you know.
And every once in a while it's you.
Yeah, every once in a while it is. Which is why I thank you for your patience, because to me it blows my mind that you can be so patient and loving at the same time, to where not only is there a total patience with the individual, but also there's this feeling.
What about Paul? I mean, he sits here and listens to you ask the same question. He's been here for 20 years. Now, I ask that question because of this. I'm here to serve God. Paul is here to listen to me, to serve my intent, my motive, which is God's. When your attention is on serving the Father, when your intention is to glorify God, to let truth be primary, the primary focus of love for you, it is a pleasure to give voice to it, no matter how many times the request for it is placed. So it simply isn't part of the dynamic for impatience to enter into the picture, because my intent is not to make you do anything or to coerce you into anything, but to make truth so delectable and so reasonable and so desirable that you might embrace and embody it. What is your goal? To educate, enlighten others? To coerce them, to teach them and make sure the learning occurs? That's hell. But to give voice to the truth, to be the place where truth finds expression, is a joy because it constitutes fulfillment of purpose. Everyone's purpose. And patience has nothing to do with it. Impatience has nothing to do with it. If you know a beautiful song, you sing it. And if one beautiful song after another comes, you sing it. And if someone says, "Can I hear that song again?" you sing it. And if that one says, "Wow, I heard it and I didn't get the full meaning of it, would you sing it again?" you sing it. Why? Because it fulfills the purpose of your being, and it glorifies God. It expresses truth. It embodies truth. And you do what you enjoy. Why do you get impatient?
Well, I think I know why. I'm not justifying it, but I think it's because I have my own agenda.
Hush. Yes, just give the facts.
I have my own agenda. In other words, I have my own timetable. that I've made up. And when it doesn't meet my timetable, then I become impatient.
You see.